Today I'm taking you along to Lake Como in Italy with me, and we're going to be doing quite a bit of painting and exploring while we're there, so I hope you enjoy following along. If you're new here and haven't watched my Rome and Florence vlogs, go back and check those out. But we are now leaving Florence and going to Lake Como, and this was quite the trek. So we had to take a train from Florence to Milan, and then a bus from Milan to Como, and then another bus from Como to Menaggio, and then finally a ferry from Menaggio to Bellagio.
6:35, and we had to wait about an hour-ish for the ferry. Okay, we do not want to repeat of the Titanic, please. So it's about a 2-minute walk to the hotel after we get off the ferry, so it's kind of just a nice night. At least it's not raining. Lake Como takes a lot of twists and turns on that bus. Yeah, we got a little bus sick, but we're all good now, and we're on the way to Hotel Bellagio. How steep that is. Are you serious?
I'm a suitcase princess. Hey, we made it. Hotel Bellagio. This restaurant had pretty good reviews on Google and it looked really cute, so we decided to go here for our first dinner in Lake Como, and it was indeed delicious. I am more of a pasta person and Seth always gets pizza, so I think it's a good combo. We can always split each other's meals. Good morning. It is our first full day in Bellagio on Lake Como, and it's a little bit rainy today as expected, but it's really not too bad. So we're still able to walk around with an umbrella since it's really light rain, but it's super foggy, so a little bit hard to see the mountains. Tomorrow is supposed to be sunny, so hopefully it is sunny and we can just really take advantage of that day. Today we're just out exploring the area and enjoying the beauty of Lake Como. It was actually really fun to go on the ferry last night when it was like really dark. Kind of eerie, but so peaceful, so beautiful. I mean, these colored buildings are really just my favorite part of Europe. It is raining a good amount.
Cats and dogs.
So we're still just walking around, but good thing we have an umbrella. So where we're staying here at Lake Como is called Bellagio, like I said, which is kind of like the point of like in the middle of the lake, if you look on a map. So it was definitely harder to get here than other places in Lake Como, but I think it's so pretty. I think it's really cool because you're kind of more surrounded by the mountains. I mean, it's a little bit hard to see right now, but hopefully tomorrow with the sun we'll be able to enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. There's a bunch of cute little like houses in like the mountain area, and man, the elevation is a lot. Walking up and down the steps, it's so beautiful, but we are getting our exercise in. We are going to be painting the water with the foggy mountains in the background. So today's a little bit of a gloomy day, and so I just want to capture that gloomy day here in our painting. So really just focusing on the clouds that are intermixed with the mountains, and let's go ahead and get started. If you've been following along with my other vlogs, you know that I am working on filling this mini sketchbook out, and I am loving all the mini Italy paintings I've done so far. I'm actually working on putting together a compilation video of all of these little paintings together, so be on the lookout for that soon. And if you're an artist or you want to try out this mini sketchbook, I have it linked in my description below if you want to purchase your own. The problem with watercolor is that when you lay water on the page, you have to paint really fast before the water dries so that you can get the nice blend. And so I just laid my water on my paint, but then this huge boat pulled up in front of us, so I can't see behind it. But I kind of guessed what it looked like from memory, so I'm just waiting for it to move before I move on to my next part of the painting. Fog is always a little hard to paint, and the water is like, it's so sparkly that it almost looks like white. And so I think that's a little tricky thing to paint. So I'm trying to add in a little bit, maybe a little bit more color than I actually see. And we are all done with the painting. It's super simple, but I think it does a good job capturing the foggy day. We've got lots of more blue, teal colors in there just to capture the coolness of the scene. So now we're just gonna go find a cafe, get some hot tea or hot chocolate and a little pastry to just sit inside and enjoy a refreshment. Hot chocolate is literally like fudge. Like, it's thick. Why is it so thick? It is pouring outside, so I'm just gonna do this beautiful view from our hotel room. I mean, it's gorgeous, so I'm not gonna miss this opportunity to do a little painting of it. I love this little book. There's also this thing pretty known to like plein air painters called a viewfinder, and basically it's like this little square contraption that you can hold up and help you find a composition. This is sort of like that, kind of helping me find a composition that can be really small. So what I do is I hold it up to where I want to paint, anywhere I am really, and just kind of help line up the pencil marks to where that is, and that helps me make the composition when I'm drawing. If you're interested in a more detailed video on how I go about plein air painting, let me know in the comments below. It's something I love to do in the warmer months during the spring, summer, and fall, and there's just something so special about painting what you see outside. The colors that you capture are just so alive, and I really find a lot of joy in plein air painting, so I hope I can also help you find that joy in painting. The painting is all done, and I think it captures the green and gloominess of what I'm seeing out the windows. This may have been one of my favorite dinners on the trip. It was a little bit pricey because the restaurant was attached to one of the hotels, but it was so delicious, and I forgot to get a video of it, but the view of the mountains was incredible. Good morning. It is our last full day in Lake Como, and I kind of forgot to vlog the last part of yesterday, but basically how it went was we were looking for a gelato place after dinner and everything was closed. I don't know if it was because it was Sunday or it was so cold and rainy. Nobody was out. It was like a ghost town yesterday. So it was a little eerie walking around and like nothing was open. But anyways, our plan for today is just to enjoy being outside because it is not rainy on the radar. It looks so sunny out and we can actually see the mountains. There's no like looming cloud over them. Excited to be outside and enjoy the sun and do a few more paintings. So that's on our agenda today, and let's go ahead and get started with the day. But first, let's go downstairs to grab some breakfast. I, for some reason, just get so happy when a hotel offers a breakfast buffet. It's just one of those little joys of life. This is my first large painting I'm doing here. Yesterday it was pretty rainy, so today is our first sunny day, and I'm going to be painting the beautiful mountainscape that we can see. I'm going to be concentrating on some of the water here, the blue sky, and just like the details that are in the mountains. I want to be able to see some of the city here, so let's go ahead and get started on this painting. Since yesterday was our first full day in Lake Como and it was so foggy that you couldn't see the mountains, I was shocked when I woke up this morning and looked out the window. The amount of sunlight and clarity that you could see on the mountains was so beautiful, and I didn't know that's what the mountains really looked like, so I was very excited to go outside and begin painting these. I really wanted to capture that warm light that was on some of the mountains and really push myself as an artist to capture the tones of colors that I'm seeing in real life. So when planning this trip, there's so many places that we could have gone around Lake Como, but I wanted to pick Bellagio specifically because you're on the tip of the land, and so everywhere you look, you're going to be surrounded by mountains, whereas other places in Lake Como, I know they're also so beautiful everywhere, but you might only be seeing mountains on one side. So I just wanted to pick Bellagio because of that reason, just to be able to look and see mountains anywhere you look. So as an artist, I've done both paintings off of photos and in person. I think there's something so special about doing a painting in person. One, I feel like it helps with color accuracy. You can really see the colors accurate to the nature rather than off of a photo. Sometimes that changes the tone. But it's also, I think, so special because you're there in the moment, painting exactly what you see. I still love to do paintings off of photographs too. You know, you can't always be painting in person, but when you have the opportunity to paint in person, I think that's just a little extra special for that painting. And we are all done with this painting. I think it turned out beautiful. I loved putting these little buildings into the mountain and also doing like the cliffside over here. So I'm excited to add this to my Italy collection.
It is about 11 a.m. on our last day here at Bellagio. Emily's in the middle of her second painting.
I am maybe halfway through the painting. This one's a little harder because the alleyway has so many details in it, but I really wanted to paint the alleyway because I feel like it describes Bellagio. I mean, there's so many of them around. There's this beautiful greenery that I wanted to paint, so we are making it through this painting, and I'll show you when it's done.
Here is the view that she's going at right here. So there's beautiful little shops, restaurants all up in these staircases. Is kind of where our hotel is off of here.
When I go out to paint, I just find anywhere and anything to sit on, and so it's convenient that all of these alleyways had all these stairs, so I just put my stuff down and began painting this beautiful view. This restaurant that we went to dinner at a few days ago was just so good that we decided to come here again, and I ordered the exact same thing and enjoyed it very much. I have seen so many beautiful, intricate balconies and windows, so today we are going to be painting this gorgeous window that I see in front of me. It's this beautiful emerald green color, and then the balcony has this really delicate design on it, and so I'm excited to add that to my sketchbook. I'm just trying to get a good mix of architecture versus nature landscapes, and so that's kind of why I want to add this one into my book. Okay, so I just finished the sketch. Pretty simple view, just mostly focusing on the door with the beautiful balcony. So I'm about to go ahead and get started painting. As I've mentioned before, I really try to get colors accurate when I'm painting outside, and so what I like to do sometimes is just hold up my sketchbook and I will be able to compare side by side what I'm looking at and what colors I have so far in my watercolors. And doing this helps me decide if I need to darken anything or adjust any colors a certain way. One of the really fun parts about being out in public painting is that people just love to come look at your art and talk to you. And honestly, that is just one of my favorite parts about being an artist, is sharing the joy of art with others.
Oh, sure.
Good.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to fill
Lourdes, mira esta belleza.
I'm trying to fill out my sketchbook
Oh
with
my
little places
God,
open.
congratulations.
I think it turned out super cute, super simple little door with the balcony, but I love how it looks with the other paintings that are in this sketchbook.
Maybe you can see it. And now I think we might need a little pick-me-up, a little decaf coffee and a treat.
A croissant.
A lot of tourists like to watch Emily paint, so that's been kind of cute. On to the next. Taking some sunset photos for Emily. What do you think of your sunset photos?
I'm taking a bunch of photos for later paintings when I'm home because I want to do this whole Italy collection. Every angle you look is beautiful. So just so thankful to be here on this trip. It's probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. So I'm going to be drawing this beautiful mountain scene. It is nearing sunset, and so I have to go pretty quickly for this one in order to get it done before the sun completely goes down. But I'm just gonna draw the mountains because I think they're so beautiful and so much detail in them. So let's go ahead and get started. When I'm dealing with a really limited time frame to complete a piece of art, like now when I'm chasing the sunset, I sometimes opt to go for a pencil drawing rather than a watercolor, just because I feel like I can sketch a lot faster than I paint. And for me, there's also this kind of mental block when it comes to painting and wasting paint. Sometimes I get panicked when I'm trying to go really fast and I'm afraid that I'm gonna waste paint if I'm not able to complete it. But when it comes to drawing, I don't really care if I don't complete the sketch on time or I just need to start over. So if you're like me in that way and just get this mental block, I recommend just going out with your pencil and sketchbook to draw rather than paint. It's a lot easier, I think, to start out that way. And once you're comfortable finishing a drawing on site, then you can start bringing your paint supplies. I do think one of the keys to sketching really fast, and this can apply to painting too, is just to find those large shadow areas and be really loose with your pencil. Things do not need to be perfect. I always find that when I hold my pencil too tightly and try to make things perfect, I always end up making the drawing a little bit worse than when I try to be really loose. And so that's one of my biggest recommendations, is to just hold your pencil loosely and don't worry too much about being perfect. We are all done with this drawing. I did it super quick. I think it was like probably 10-15 minutes. Very quick. The sun is pretty much gone out of the sky, so happy we were able to do this quickly. Super simple, but it gets the point across. And now on to dinner. We went to Mr. Panino, which was right across from our hotel, and it was really good. We actually went here twice. They just have a really big variety of sandwiches. For dessert, we got these ice cream sandwiches, which were okay. I don't know if I'd recommend them, but they were still good.
I want to go try every juice. Yep. I looked at the other ones, so there's...
Good morning. It is the last day here. Just got our train or our ferry tickets back to Como at 1:30. So I think Emily's already started up painting. Tickets. I found Emily. She's painting away at this view right of Bellagio. Very pretty. She's a little cold though. Are you cold?
Cold. I'm cold.
49 degrees Fahrenheit. The water is beautiful though. The mountain's got sunlight on it. It is a beautiful day here.
This is the final painting I am doing on our trip in Italy, and honestly, I'm just so glad I brought this sketchbook along. I highly recommend bringing some painting supplies if you are going to travel, but I really wanted to capture the essence of Lake Como in this last painting, and so I wanted to paint these pastel buildings, and I had to work on this one pretty quickly because we have a ferry to catch, so let's go ahead and check out of our hotel and make our way to Milan.
Checking out.
Bye-bye, room!
Look at the beautiful.
Such a beautiful view.
So pretty.
Look at that view. We don't get this in Indiana.
No, we do not. Here's the ticket. Good?
Yep.
Alright, bye bye. Go.
Grazie. We have all of our luggage and we are just about to head out of Bellagio. We're gonna hop on a ferry and it's what, like an hour? About an hour ride to Como. And from Como we have a train ride back to Milan. So this is about the end of our trip. So sad, but we're ready to go home and see our neighbor's cat.
Off to the ferry?
And it's off to the ferry, so we'll see you on the ride. Okay, we just got to our hotel in Milan, and it's so fancy. I don't know, why did we book this hotel for one night? It's so cute. The bathroom is really pretty, and when I opened the toilet, well, I already flushed it because I went to the bathroom, but there was a flower in the toilet. And this is the wallpaper in the shower. It's so cute. And now we need to find a place to go to dinner, but I love this hotel. It smells good in here. Very well designed hotel, whoever designed it. Let me just show you a few clips of this hotel. I mean, look how cool it is. For some reason, I love that the wallpaper is also on the ceiling, and I love the design of the wallpaper, so I just had a lot of fun walking around this hotel, and good job to whoever designed it. And then for dinner, we went to this place called Bao Bing, and honestly, I'm not even kidding. I think this was my favorite meal. I keep saying that, but for real, I just love Asian food, and this was so good. We had noodle soup, some bao, and some fried rice, and all of it was incredible. Good morning. It is like, what,
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
7 a.m.? Oh, well, we woke up at like 5:45.
We woke up at 5:45.
We have an early flight. We had to do all kinds of flight changes because our original flight got moved on us. So
different airport.
Yeah, we're at a different airport. Anyway, so hopefully we get home today and no more flight changes or delays. So let's go get some coffee and breakfast from the airport after we get through security.
On the flight home.
We have leg room. If you made it to this far in the video, thank you for following along with us on our Italy trip. I loved painting around this beautiful country, and if you haven't yet checked out our Rome and Florence vlog, you can go back and watch those. And I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. I'm so excited to get back to painting here in the US and hope to see you at some of my art fairs and future tutorials.